it's
It's
all
going to be
black.
that simple, beautiful, classic.
It does look like, black leather.
You can see yourself in both sides.
I wouldn't feel so bad. It's like a black mirror.
So bad.
Yeah, it is. Well, I think it looks like that.
It looks like morning.
Every movie in every cinema is about death. Death sells.
I think he's right. There's something about this that's so black. It's like, how much more black could this be? And the answer is none. None more black.
It's like you're rationalising this whole thing like into something that you did on purpose. I think we're stuck with a very stupid and a very dismal looking album. This is depressing.
Woo! What's up, VC? Welcome to another dismal episode of 5 Fresh Finds. So we're gonna get willy-nilly with it. For you people, oof, can't say that. It's the world we live in. Any hoozles. So, I kind of worked this into my 5 Fresh Finds. I've been, oh so busy at life, and have not made too many threads as of late, and or competitions, etc., the ongoings of the vinyl community. So one of those ongoings is a new hot fresh start in the vinyl community. Vinyl Guru has a black theme going on right now, so I was like, I'll participate, alright? And so I'm going to give you your 5 fresh finds for you people who are just like, I just want to see what you just bought, that's all I care about. And then like a freaking willy-nilly. Might go wild, maybe I'll just slam them through there. I guess it would be appropriate, but I'm probably going to avoid showing all that sweet, sweet black vinyl that VD likes so much, so that I can show VG all that she wants to see. So forget the murder gloves, I thought it'd be oh so appropriate to get a little murdery, alright? For those that don't habla español, the beer of the night is Modelo Negra. Alright, also, borderline in here, alright? You people in Negra, alright? You guys know me. I got no hang-ups. I'm friends with all walks of life. You'll probably see that via the silly stack of records I'm about to show. Alright, so but besides the Modelo, this is also this YouTube nonsense, also brought to you by Jameson Black Barrel. I am not sponsored or affiliated by these programs, but look, I'll sell out, for something I enjoy. I drink these anyways, so if you want to pay me money, I'll take that cash. Same for anyone who wants to sponsor me. Ford trucks, whatever. If someone wants me to do a commercial for a brand new Challenger RT, I'm your Huckleberry. Let's get after the 5 fresh finds. And then I'm going to segue into, there's a couple caveats. Now, you're going to see some metal and jazz here, if that's your cup of tea. It's in the mix. But it's very easy with black backgrounds to go all the black and white photos with predominantly black backgrounds and jazz. And then I don't think anyone needs to see all the metal, right? It's just too easy. I don't want to cop out. I don't want to cut any corners, So without cutting corners, here I am. This is where I arrived. Also, can anyone relate to this? Has anyone ever wanted to do one of these contests or threads, and they know an album they want? It's one of the first things they think about, and for whatever reason, I've got like 1,500 records, probably a little bit less than that actually, and I was flipping forever, all through my collection multiple times, and this big brave was hanging out, stuck to a, sometimes like a gatefold, like a big fat gatefold's like a 1/4 inch taller, so this is still in the shrink, so it clung to the back of it, so I'm flipping over and over and over again, and could not find this mofackle. Really irksome. But anyways, I thought this was appropriate. I thought of it with my Canadian friend, Vinyl Guru. This Big Brave is kind of an experimental sludge metal nonsense. And I say that with adoration. All black back. So if you're upset with the splash of white in the front, shut your mouth, because here's the back. Anyways, it's a trio, female mostly, and male vocals, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't listened to this record in a little while, to be honest with you. I've only listened to it streaming. I haven't split this yet. A recommendation I discovered through Frank at Pharmacy Records. This album's 2017, and they have a newer album I haven't heard yet from 2019. I need to shut up because I have way too much records to get details on some of this. But a detail you might care about is what's spinning in the background. I've shown this in the past, so I'm not going to get too much into it. Beautiful. If you can see it, I'll probably peek it out here. I hate these resealable ones, but I do appreciate when they use, whether it's resealable or the, I think Sundays does some of the perforated rips that you can still use in the hype stickers on it, and you can use the bag. So I love a reusable bag with a hype sticker that stays forever. But anyways, on awesome black crushed velvet, very much like Bee Gees' Odessa, but instead of red, it's black. And the wax, which you're not going to see, is on orange, and orange is the new black. God damn it, if Vinyl Richie didn't beat me to the punch on that joke. And let's just keep on hammering through the 5 fresh finds section of this, right? I'm going to pass through this, because this is not a 5 fresh find. I showed this once upon a time in the past. Your boy Dust and I were drinking drinks and what have you and showing jazz. And I showed this in the shrink, pharmacy find, priced at $14. Immaculate condition. People use the term, and I've been guilty of in the past, throwing around willy-nilly near mint. This is a true near mint, dead mint record. It has no evidence of play ever. There's no nicks, dings, scratches, scuffs. Still in the shrink. No fraying. This is a true mint record. Pretty awesome. Only $14. Now there's another place in town I support. I buy music from on a regular basis. But I don't want to call them out when it's time for ugly shit. I left this price tag here, right here, because it's dirty. It's got some ring wear. It's got some fading ring wear in the front. $15. The record is, I cleaned it to play it, but it was super filthy. It's got some scratches. Didn't even come with an inner sleeve. Priced at $15. Wasn't even being a dick. I was already buying a stack that day. And I said, hey man, I'm buying a stack. Would it offend you if $10? The guy looked me in the face and said, 12. Dude, you ever deal with that? Where it's like, dude, I made an honest offer. I'm buying a stack. I didn't lowball you to meet in the middle. This is a freaking $10 record. But you know how it goes. It's a fresh find. I had volume 1, so I needed volume 2. Is what it is. If you guys didn't know, that is the wife, or then wife, of Miles Davis. And this, I'm not like Vinyl Guru. I just left this here for an example. This price tag is about to go. Also in the fresh finds, you know, sometimes when I do these fresh finds, I do either fresh purchases. Well, I guess nothing's really fresh, but these are the most recent things I bought at stores before this whole COVID thing. And sometimes, besides fresh finds, stuff I never showed before. I don't believe I ever showed this Julian Lennon, and for whatever reason on camera, it's looking way lighter than it does in person. That's a freaking black album. But the way it looks here on camera, way brighter. Anyways, I think the hit on this one was Okay For You, which I'm not mistaken. It might be a love ode to cocaine. I'm trying to snort away the memories of his father. This sarcasm. Beatles fans, relax. Hit me with the thumbs down if you want to. Non-haters, if you're just having fun, hit me with that thumbs up. Don't care either way, though. Leave a comment if you want. I know I've never shown this. Had to buy this because it's stupid clean. This is not a glossy cover. Usually when you get these kind of cardboard-esque covers, they always have sticker damage. This does not. This is the worst of Jefferson Airplane. And you can see right here on the back, it kind of has the RCA gramophone Dogg. Shout out Digital Gramophone. Look forward to when the world gets normal again and we can actually hang out in person. So, you guys know, you already know the band. I don't need to get into it. This is the fresh find that I was super stoked to get in the wild. Another find from Pharmacy Records. If you guys don't know, Jeannie C. Riley, Harper Valley PTA would be the biggest hit on this. She had a grudge because she did Widow Jones on here, Miss Harper, the Cotton Patch, Sippin' Shirley Thompson. A lot of people that she bashed on in the Harper Valley PTA. This lady had a chip on her shoulder. Mostly black background. Forgive me, I'm not following any rules. I don't think Vinyl Guru is that much of a stickler, you know. But anyways, you'll see where I'm working when I hit you with this mother load of way too much shit. Make up for barely being in the VC for the past month or so. Anyways, Plantation might be something you don't see every single day. So there's the label. Stupid clean. Great condition. Had to buy that. Love my female vocalist. All right, what's next here? This is kind of a metal grail, you know? I didn't want to do too much metal, so I said, you know, if I'm going to show the metal, I'm going to bring the thunder. And this, TT Quick. If you guys didn't know, TT Quick, I want to say they're based out of New Jersey. This is a early Megaforce, and stupid clean, so clean I had to put it on in a MoFi sleeve. But if you see here, it says Avalanche Records. It's an early conjunction between Avalanche and Megaforce. It has a punch. I don't mind because I've never seen this record. But if I'm not mistaken, they toured with Anthrax, all the big four back in the day. And this is pretty dope. The song you would know off this, I want to say this is their debut EP, if I'm not mistaken. It's only 5 tracks, but Metal Man would be the big one off this. But you should know Mark Tornillo? Whatever. Let's say I just pronounced that right. You probably know him because he went on to be the replacement singer in one of my favorite eras of the band Accept. This Blind Rage, just showing to make the connection, not part of the Fresh Vines. And I guess Orange is the new black. But this business is the same singer when he goes on. So if you like this era of Accept, because you know this much bigger, more known band, you might want to go backwards and look for TT Quick. Same singer, hard rockin', real metal. And it's not that like, I'm going to kill myself and my mom doesn't love me and God isn't real, but curse you, God! It's not that metal. Alright, it's the metal I like. So, no begrudgment to whatever metal you like, rock on. You know, I can still fuck with it. Alright. So that's the 5 Fresh Vines. So if you want to tap out now here at 12 minutes, who knows how long this is going to go. Hey, man, that's your obligation. If that's your prerogative, man. If you want to Bobby Brown your way out of here, I'm not mad at you. But usually there's some caveats with these, you know, but, you know, stuff like, you know, you can use the name, like Black Sabbath. Alright, black background, simple words. You know, that caveat doesn't exist. So I can't use Black Sabbath. I can't use this band. They changed their name. I can't recall their new name, and Lord knows why. I don't know why they changed their name. But this one's gone. So I can't use that. And I can't even use this soundtrack, Blackula. It's not quite black, but it is. It's Blackula. But the Vinyl Guru, I don't know if you saw her video, she's like, if you sons of bitches, if you motherfuckers dare ever show anything that isn't minimum 90% all solid dark black, I'll cut you in your sleep. I'm going to break those rules, though. Alright? I'm just going to get after it. Because this is certainly less than black. But they got the name Black Rock. You might dig this. This is a weird oddity for you 12-inch single guys and you 45s. I could read the very beginning of this. It says, Black Rock, yeah, the original 45 vinyl by the mysterious Memphis underground group Black Rock was originally recorded in 1969. It became a cult classic and has been sampled by artists such as the Black Keys, Royce da 5'9", The Roots, Snow, Matlock, and more. It is believed that Jay-Z has also recorded a track featuring the sample, but it was never released. Anyways, I fuck with this ruckus. Forgive me, I'm just swearing willy-nilly. A little bit sleepy, so the vocabulary dies. Once again, thumbs down if you wish. I'm not mad at you. So, check this out. If this is your vibe, it's not all black, but it's black. I have my own caveats. I'm following my rules. Alright, so in those rules, I guess I went from one 12-inch single to another single. These were gifts once upon a time from Rod the Happy Hippie, who I will be doing this contest in the near future. If you know, Rod the Happy Hippie, the vinyl guy. He's tweaked his name in the past, if I'm not mistaken. He's got a contest going on. This is Nate Dogg, which everyone should know. Really black in the back. And this one right here is the Lady of Rage. The Lady of Rage. If you don't know her, you probably forgot her. Once upon a time, she had a hit. Afro Puffs with Snoop Dogg. It was her track. Snoop Dogg was a feature, just basically singing an overlapping chorus in the background. And the change from 95 to 96, if you can't tell in the micro print, is that went from Death Row to the Untouchable Death Row. So mostly black, 12-inch singles. Segueing. All right, what do I have next here? I don't even know anything. You know, this would have been a twofer. It's a damn shame here because this is definitively, 90% black. This is the Black Panther soundtrack, so twofer doesn't count. I know Kamasi Washington was involved with this. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, Mazzy did a black and white video. So, I didn't want to comp out and just do black and white because I have nothing to hide here. But Kamasi Washington, I need some of his records to be quite honest with you. I believe he's very involved with that along the lines also Kendrick Lamar, whatever. Pretty clear this has turned into a vinyl community hangout, so here goes another beer. VG will appreciate it. So if you guys dip out after 10 minutes, I'm not mad at you. If you're still here, fuck with me. And so I got into a little segment here of things I thought of first and foremost. So, and then we'll segue into the next thing, alright? So one of the very first things I thought about is this Strangler's Feline. This is when they went to the day and age of gold stamp promos, if you can see it up in the corner. Most people are going to know this from the soundtrack of a Guy Ritchie movie, and Golden Brown is on this, but mostly black. And then, I fucking hate stickers. One of the biggest pet peeves in vinyl record collecting ever is sticker damage. But that kitty cat made me think of this kitty cat, meow. So, right here is the bar case. If you see the back, what in the world is that checkerboard nonsense? Good times. I like bar case, vocals similar to Rick James. Fuck with the bar case. Right after that would be a band from the state I currently reside in and have for some years. Band of Horses out of South Carolina. Also black background. Moon rise over the ocean. There we go. Myrtle Beach, baby. So what else do we have here? Jet black background with just a poppin' logo, Daft Punk. And if that's not black enough for you, I mean, solid black back. I did not grab a stack of mostly black bordered stuff with logo, because some of them really popped. And it looks like it might not be 90%, but the color stands out so much because there's a black background. I'll leave that alone. But I had to grab this at the drive-in. I'm really keen on at the drive-in, and all the affiliated stuff with the Brothers, Mars Volta, etc. I want to say Anti-Mask, a project with Flea. It's the only Flea project I never liked. That's horrendous. Black Album actually would fit. Jet Black Album with like a white triangle with like a little script around it. Horrendous. If you see the players on that and you think, oh, this must be good, it's not. So avoid that, but maybe you dabble in this. The next thing, one of the first things I thought about is this Seeds. Wow! Web of Sound. Dustin and I, once, man, we were smoking cigars and drinking way too much and made a joint video when the world still allowed friends to gather. But we made this huge joke about Sam Petty. Because right here, Sam Petty, SP, Sam Petty, SP, both sides of the record are labeled. He's worried about labeled both. Anyways, he's probably worried about losing his record at a party or whatever. But we had a good laugh over it. I'm reminiscing, trying to remember those good times. Go backwards if you so please, if you want to see a hangout. But has this ever happened to you? You ever start seeing the same person's collection pop up over and over again at local record stores, particularly one? This is at Horizon. It's not my favorite record store in town, but I do support it. I'm not bashing on it. They always have his collection. It's gotten to the point now where if there's something I don't know, and I see Sam Petty's John Hancock on it, I grab it, because it's everything from the cliche, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, you would assume, and Iron Butterfly and the such. But then it gets into like Jesse Davis and surf rock and weird early prog and krautrock and everything. So, man, I don't know if you'd ever see these or whatever in the world, but if anyone knows Sam Petty, your boy has good taste in music. So cheers to you, Sam Petty, right? I wanted to avoid the black and white photography because that's too early. Too easy, not too early. But this is kind of like a photo negative. So the Fugs, that's going to be my black and white entry. And I'll just keep on moving. Right after that, just ominous ribcage alien creature? I don't know what this is supposed to be. Does anyone know what this is? I have no idea. It looks like one of those aliens, like face huggers. Or a really shitty ribcage with, I don't know. No clue. Alright, a pig with undertow carved in the side of it because the name of the album is Undertow. Anyways, it's Tool. You could have gotten a couple different albums with Tool, but I figure I grabbed that because that's one of the first things I thought about. Now, I know I said I didn't want to go metal because it's too easy, but I consider this stoner rock. What's more black than the deep black void of outer space? So I know he's in the foreground, but between the background and the foreground, it's mostly just black. So Sleep is a band I dig with, I dig. I'm trying not to swear, so I'm just making up amalgamations. So I dig this, and this is a Third Man pressing, and I think Third Man does an awesome, stellar job. So it is what it is. I guess I'll see you on the B-side. We're not doing too bad. Already at 20 minutes. Roll with me, people. All right. Beautiful start to this B-side. You've probably mostly missed, if it's even loud enough to be in the background. Once again, I know it's more clear in an old video, or just look it up. Nobody needs to watch me. Certainly not trying to self-promote too much here. But it's an old video with Dust and I, and in addition to that, if you just want to look it up, this is one of those great bands that was one of the recordings from the 70s in a band, kind of like Death, that was lost to time and then rediscovered and then pressed. Alright, so my next little tidbit of things I'm going to show is kind of, if this makes sense, I don't know if it's going to make that 90%, but don't begrudge me for it. There seems to be a cluster of records where there's people kind of just like either lurking in the shadows or stepping out from them. Some would say maybe they're reaching out of the darkness. So you have this Friend and Lover, solid black background, less than it's less than 90%. Forgive me, but it's the principle, it's the principality of it, right? Oh, this is how my brain works. The principality of it makes me think of Friday. Then Friday leads to next Friday. If you don't know, let me go right back to it. If you don't know the Lady of Rage, she played Baby D in Next Friday. That's how your boy's brain works. But Baby D of Next Friday is the Lady of Rage of the untouchable Death Row Records. So, random tidbits. I found 2 of these sealed. I've been meaning to make a video of breaking the seal on 25 to 40-year-old records. I have a handful of them. The other one I sent to Vinyl Talk with Tavis. Vinyl Talk with Tavis. That gets stuck in your head for days. But there's my chair in the background because it's still in the shrink. So that's what I'm filming on. Probably trying to do my best to show you. Not show you that I'm filming my underwear. Who else does that? Just me? Maybe you're watching your underwear. Maybe I don't need to picture it. Maybe I want to picture it. Alright? But Groove Homes, I'll see what this is about when I split it. It was inexpensive, and I'm kind of keen on the Flying Dutchman, and I'll probably do a video one of these days upon request if people are curious what's the condition of records that are 20 to 40 plus years old that have been sealed the entire time. So Groove Homes, it could get none more black. This is a cool one. This is actually surprisingly getting harder and harder to find. I don't know if they've repressed the repress, so to speak, but this is on Sundays, and you'll get a better idea because you know how it is. I don't like these little tearaway ones, but this is a super fat double gatefold on a billion gram weight. But you can see that gloss black on the flat black background for Love here. And this Love, if you don't know, let me recall here, is Love Lost. So I got to keep this package, and I want to pull it all the way out because I don't want to re-find it. You know how it goes. Sometimes you have a hard time finding sleeves to put on the super thick, crazy records. I got a couple double gatefolds or even a triple gatefold that's just like that thick, and you're just like, if I ever lose that sleeve or something happens to it, I'm doomed. All right, once again, to continue the theme, just a black background with a face emerging or disappearing from it. This is, as I mentioned earlier, I love all the Jack White press and stuff. This is the Vinyl Vault. I'm not a member, but I bought it. Really just because I thought the album cover that came out was so irksome. It was OCD and weird, but he has a history of being themed in black, red, and white in the White Stripes. and kind of blue and black in his independent stuff, and that weird 8th grade drawing of that cartoon computer-generated image lady made no sense. I thought it was terrible. It has all the accoutrements of 45, the insert, a book, blah, 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 etc. Fairly black with this kind of color there. Is what it is. I'm blasting through these. I might do sub 30 minutes here if I just blabber away. You might know the band, a band called Smith. Also goes by Smith, but then they, no one knows who they are, so they had to go by a band called Smith. This is the leader of that group. I just realized that it says sample copy. I never saw that, so this instantly doubled in value. Nice to know. But this right here is Gail McCormick, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she must be in charge of making spices and what have you. So you need your curry, call Gail. Black and white photos in the back. Don't count. Don't care what you say. Vinyl Guru will cut your dick off. So here she is. I had a finger on the business. That was unintentional. But forgive the ringwear is what it is. I think she rocks. Good business on that. Gail McCormick. Dude, I made a mistake on this one. I was so stoked. A lot of times, soul and funk, etc. was party music. So it usually gets brutalized. This is another one of those kind of canvas cardboard covers. It shows no dings, no nicks, no dents, no wear, no fray, no damage. And so this is like, I'm dead serious. I hate that I just throw around the terms, but this is like a near mint, excellent plus in that range of album covers. The back is white, no dirt, no ring wear, flawless. This is on the Philly Grooves label right here. And if you can't see it, I cleaned it to play it. It's got gouges and scratches. I didn't even check the record because has anyone ever bought that where they just found a record jacket that's so flawless they get stoked and they open up the record and you're just like, dude, I gotta Frankenstein this thing in the future. And knowing my luck, it won't be one of these old Philly Groove presses. But Didn't I Blow Your Mind, which if I'm not mistaken is on the Jackie Brown soundtrack. Which also I could have totally used as a black cover, but I didn't think about this. I had to grab this one because VG. Can I call you VG? I think we're close now. I'm gonna go with VG. I need to wet my throat. Allergies are the worst. We were in a comment section for a live interaction. And so we were talking about a bunch of random different stuff, and someone asked a question, and we went back and forth. She just happened to be in it. About, you ever find anything weird in a record? And I didn't save it because I don't need it. Luckily, it wasn't used. It was sealed and closed. But when I bought this Leon Haywood, once again, black with him just kind of creeping out. This is a pimp-ass album. Black in the back as well. Had a condom and a pack of rolling papers in here. Zigzags 1.25s, if you were curious. Don't recall the condom, it wasn't a Magnum, so it wasn't usable anyways. This nonsense is cool. You probably know it because Dr. Dre sampled it. DJs destroyed this and abused it. It has a hard notch. It has a ring wear. I was lucky enough to find this in the wild. This is a tough find. If anyone finds a really clean copy, send it my way, please. Or keep it for yourself because you should have it. The first 3 tracks are pretty awesome. The 3rd track, I Want to Do Something Freaky to You, is the title track, but it segues in. Great A-side on this. And I do need to wrap this up because, like I say, I got that talking too much allergy scratching my throat. And I'll probably lose people by the second. This is still sealed. This is so dirt cheap I had to buy it. It's Carly Simon. She's riding the sheets. She's down for some business, right? I guess that sheets over, oh, okay, I see what's going on there. There's the face. She's in Rapture. Had to buy this. This is $2 sealed at K's Used Books and More here in Greenville. So I bought it. I like Carly Simon. I've listened to most of her catalog. Haven't got this yet. Maybe with a little bit of free time I have nowadays. Although I am still working, I'll throw on Torch. But no need to talk on that one too much. Had to pull this one out because this is they're lurking in a black background. These monsters. This is a Monster of Funk album. I freaking love this album. I sent it to Jam on Vinyl, a copy of this. Not a copy of this. This is a This is a Buddha press. I forget who, is it Kappa? Cap? I can't remember. Anyways, so this is a Buddha press. This is the first press. Pretty dope album. Super funky. I don't really mess with that too much anymore because I found a repress. These are getting harder to find because I think they did this for Halloween because the Frankensteins and the things in the background, you know what I mean, and this gorilla. I think they repressed it. It's a Monster. First vinyl reissue since 1976, limited to 500 copies. So this is New Jersey-based funk, proto-disco hit, Hypertension. This is a jammer, 1975. This is rad shit. Buy them while you can still find them. I think this is a great album. Winding it down, this is Bay Faction. I've been accused in the past of showing not too much like indie and avant-garde, just like, college campus white people music. That falls into this realm. This is Bay Faction. 2015 is correct. I happened to look while I thought about it. Kind of ruins it for me. And I want to say this is self-titled if I'm not mistaken. But here's some blurry face ladies, mostly naked at Lord knows what type of party this was. Probably a good one. A gift from Dolphin Dale. This album rocks. I've actually spun this multiple times since I got it. Straight black on the back. She's Ready to Rock. Pants disappeared. Pants so black, they disappeared in the black background. Samantha Fish. She plays her own instruments. She sings. I dig this album more so if you have a chance to see her live. This chick kicks ass. Moving forward, one of the first things I thought of my mind, this is also one of the very first records I've ever owned and kept since I was a small child. Van Halen, Four Rockers emerging out of a black background. It is what it is. Don't need to speak on it. If you don't know Diamond Dave, you got a problem. Also, I'm not anti-Sammy. Although I did see Gary Sharon and Van Halen in concert, I'd certainly put that well below Sammy. But David Lee Roth is Van Halen. Although David Lee Roth can't even do David Lee Roth anymore. To kind of wrap up the theme of images lurking in a black background, you can barely see this skeleton lurking in the background of this album. Really happy to find this. This is usually a beater or not seen at all. I have it on CD. I need to hunt it down. But hey, if anyone doesn't have this and wants it, hit me in the comments section. Because now that I found this on record, I don't need the CD, and the CDs, which is a double disc, is in super clean condition. Anyone, hit me up if you're looking for that. Wrapping it up here. If you're gonna go things lurking in the background, you might as well just do floating black, floating black background with floating faces. Tongue twister. And you can barely see here. Luckily, it's showing up on camera, although you really can't see it in person. It looks like we got some disguised afros that are barely peeking a bit, peekabooing on camera. So, Fifth Dimension, music I dig. And the last thing that, it's all black. It says Black Friday on it, and it has an orange Obi strip. This is gonna be my grand finale, and then I saw Lionel Richie stole my thunder with his Orange is the New Black. Woe is me. Boo hoo hoo. Hey man, I cracked over 30 minutes. We're still hanging out for less than one record. So be it. If anyone gave a shit about this or stuck around to the end, rock on. Hey, hit me with one of thems. VG, Vinyl Guru, she's good peoples. She'll be at 1,500 subscribers before you know it. And, by the way, if I'm just not being ugly, this is just a critique. Vinyl Guru, turn down that ring light just a hair. You look like a glowing alien, and you kind of scare me sometimes. You're an attractive lady. I wonder what your skin tone is, though. You look like the whitest shade of white, which doesn't hurt my feelings. But, on a serious note, without being a sarcastic asshole, if you tone that one just down a bit, and the light's more natural, it feels like we're hanging out. And I got things lit up so you can see the records and everything. But I like when a record feels like I'm hanging out with a friend. And outside of you being glowing white in your videos, you really do feel like just talking to a friend. And I appreciate that. I like your videos. Keep up the good work. I'll holler at you later. I'll see you in the comment section. Same with all you mofackles. Take care. God bless. All that jazz.